Hey, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. You are about to watch something different tonight. You know me, always going to be different. So, how y'all doing tonight? Been busy today setting things up. As you can see, I've got black things everywhere. Hey, WW. So, I've got black cloth and trash bags everywhere hiding all the background stuff. Um, I've got 18 by 24 stretched canvas here on an easel. Hello, Robert. And I've got paint all over my hands already. I haven't even done anything except load my palette up. Um, so I figured tonight I would share with y'all a little bit of the Bob Ross technique as well as I know it. I've only done one so far, and if y'all haven't seen that, I will grab it for you really quick. Hey, Nana. Hello, Cats Gallery. So I guess it was last week I went ahead and did this one and got it finished and looks really nice. But I know where the mistakes are and where I want to fix things and do it better. So I'm going to do a different painting. Tonight's will be, hang that back up where it goes. Uh, tonight's will be from Bob Ross's season 4, episode 9. He calls it Cool Waters. And I watched this one. I took a lot of notes. I've got all the notes of how to do it right here. So I know what I need to do next in each step. So I'm not trying to rewind, fast forward, rewind, and fast forward, rewind, and fast forward to a Bob Ross video while I'm live on with y'all. It's kind of saves some time, saves some effort, and makes it a little easier on me. And I also have a picture of the finished image over here on another phone sitting on the side where y'all can't see it. But first thing you do with the Bob Ross method, thank you, Debbie. I'm actually surprised myself that I actually got that done and finished it because it was quite a. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, but I was kind of intimidated going into it because I had attempted previously to do this when I first got all the paints. I'm actually using the Bob Ross brand of paints. I'm using all of his brand of paints and brushes and thinners and palette and everything, liquid white, all of it is Bob Ross branded stuff. I'm actually currently looking for good substitutes for it because of what's going on with the Bob Ross family and the business partners that have basically stolen his legacy from his son. Hey, Koala Crass, Terry. The gang's all getting here. So I'm going to give everybody a little chance to get here before I get going. We've got 9 people watching. Hopefully we won't have a low turnout tonight. Just kind of thinking everybody would want to see this. But so the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get started a little bit. Hank's over here jumping around on things. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my palette. I already have it preloaded here. All right. I have my titanium white, my phthalo green, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, midnight black, burnt sienna, alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, sap green, bright yellow, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, and bright red. Indian yellow is actually orange. I mean, they call it Indian yellow, but it's actually orange. Those are the colors. I don't know that I'll use all of them, and I do have a can of liquid white over here. So what I'm going to do is put my palette down for a moment while I get the liquid white going. This is liquid white. It's really nothing more than titanium white, but it's got a lot more oil mixed in to make it kind of liquidy. And we put a thin, even coat. That's where I made my mistake the first time I tried this. And Bob Ross brushes. Yep. That's where I made my mistake the first time I tried this. Oh, you want to see the wig? There we go. Yeah, that's a WW. That is actually the Bob Ross branded palette. That's the same one he used. The one he used on TV, if you ever watch his show, YouTube has every episode he ever did. If you ever watch his palette wasn't clear. It was this exact same palette, but the problem was is for the TV purposes and the lights would shine and reflect off of that clear palette. So they took and sanded it down to make it opaque so that the lights wouldn't reflect off of it as much. And he did the same thing with his brushes. They took that metal ferrule there. See how it's shining on that light? They took that and just covered it with duct tape so that it wouldn't shine on the light. And they had to spray paint his brushes black, or not his brushes, but his knives black so that they wouldn't shine in the light too. It was all for TV that way. But yeah, he used that exact same clear palette. Just he sanded the surface of his to make it rough and cloudy looking. You didn't have him in Australia? Oh man, I'm telling you, he's supposed to have been. They said he was broadcast like worldwide. I'm really surprised y'all didn't have him over there. Because they've even had him in Japan, Brazil, Mexico, all through South America. He was popular all over Europe. I'm really surprised that Bob Ross never made it to Australia. My internet should be fine, Nana. I just got it turned back on, and I've got the 1,000 gig plan, so my internet should be perfect. Well, Harry, if you haven't saw him, you need to go to here on YouTube. They actually have the Bob Ross official channel, and he did 31 seasons of 13 episodes each throughout his lifetime, and they have every single episode with every single painting he did. So you can watch Bob Ross. He's very calming. His voice is very soothing. I actually turn him on when I go to sleep at night because he's so soothing to listen to and calming and peaceful. And Bob Ross was this very positive guy who he was all about positivity. You can do this. Anybody can do this. You can do this. And even if you make a mistake, it's not a mistake. It's a happy accident. He always was positive about everything. And that's why I wanted to try to learn to paint like him, because he says I can do it. I didn't think I could until last week when I painted that one over there. So yeah, first thing we do with Bob is we take our liquid white. Like I said, it's just a very liquid version of titanium white. And we put a thin, even coat. And when we say thin, we mean thin. We don't goop this stuff on. We spread it super, super thin. And it's really hard to see where you put it because it's a white canvas. Now, Bob used canvases that were basically took a drop of liquid black and put it into his liquid white. Or what he did was he actually got canvases that were primed in a very, very, very light gray gesso, so that when he painted his liquid white on it, it would show up better so we could see where he had already covered. And you only want just enough of this to just cover the canvas. That's all you want. You don't want it to shine and be all thick and goopy. All you want is just enough to make it slick. Now, the first time I tried this, I put way too much liquid white on my canvas, and I ended up mixing mud. I tried to do my mountains with the hobby knife or the palette knife, and all I was doing was just moving blue paint around and white paint because it was just too gooped on. kind of see where it is on here. There we go. Gotta get some more on this edge. And what this liquid white allows you to do is allows you to blend your colors onto the canvas. So you'll see once I start putting my sky in, it will blend the sky right on the canvas. I'll start my blue up here, and as I work my way down, the sky will get lighter, just like it would in real life. If you look outside, it's always lighter towards the horizon. And that's what the liquid white allows, is you to blend your colors right on the canvas. And we get a hair. There we go. Oh, we got another hair. That's the joy of having cats. You get hair in your paintings. All right, and so to test where our liquid white is and whether there's enough, we just touch the canvas lightly with our finger, and we should still be able to see our fingerprint grooves on our hand, on our finger. I think we could actually stand to have just a little touch more. Now see, Bob did all this usually ahead of time before he filmed the show, so this was already done when he started. And he would just say, I've got a thin, even coat of liquid white on my canvas, and then he would start painting the picture. But I didn't do that because I didn't want to have a wet canvas just sitting here and have the chance of getting up against it or something like that. So I waited until I started the video to do this part. And that should be good. There we go. That's how it should look. Get that fingerprint out of there. So now we clean our brush. Y'all ain't gonna get to see me do it, but yes, I do. Even though Bob says not to do it in the house, I have everything surrounded with black plastic so I can beat the devil out of it like he does. All right. All right, we got a dry, clean brush now. Now I can get my palette. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to figure out where the camera's at here. Oh, it's there. See, I get into my phthalo blue, just pull a little bit of that out, not too much. And then we're just going to load the bristles up by tapping them into the paint. I've got Yes, Dreamer, this is a wig. No, I'm not going to add a weather balloon. Sorry if I missed anybody coming in. Obviously it's hard to pay attention to chat when you're busy like working there. But we're gonna just tap this phthalo blue in. And then we're gonna start up here in this corner. See if I can do it standing out of the way here. And I'm just gonna add in our blue sky, keeping it dark at the top, and just kind of working our way down, blending it in as we go. We don't care if we got light spots. We don't really care. And we're gonna add a little more here. Let's add a little more on the brush. Get some up in this corner here. I have a squeaky palette, y'all, so you have to excuse that. Now, I'm going to brush over that very light. Well, we better clean our brush off a little bit. In fact, let me clean that brush. We've got a little thing here off camera of a thinner with a little screen at the bottom of it that gets the brush all clean. And then a paper towel to just kind of dab it off. And we're just going to go through and blend our sky out. And you got a little too much paint up in that corner, but that's okay because we're not really doing much up there yet. And we'll keep those light spots there because that's where we're going to put our clouds. Sorry if y'all can't see. I have very limited space here to work in. All right, now I'm going to go into a touch of the phthalo green. Mix it with that phthalo blue. Just a touch of the green because green is very strong. And again, just tap it into the brush. Evenly load our bristles. And then we're going to start here. And we're going to put us some water in here. Gotta have water. Always pull in from the sides, nice and level, because water is level, especially if it's still water. And you pull in from the sides so you don't end up with beginnings of a brush stroke there that we have to end up trying to all right, we got that. Let's pull out our blender brush. Let's blend that in, get rid of our brush strokes. Mm. There we go. Not really liking that. But that'll have to do. Clean our blender brush off. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that mess there. There we go, nice clean dry brush. Does the trick. All right, back to our 2-inch brush. We'll get it cleaned off. All right, now I'm use my 1-inch brush. All right, where are we at? Hey, Nana, thank you for posting my group. Thank you for the Buy Me a Coffee post. Let's see who all I missed. Hello, Connie. Didn't see you come in. Hey, Deborah. Amanda. Emmy Sue. Hello. And Pink Poodle. Hey, Ashley. Yeah, I am, Debbie. I love, I think it's a lot of fun. It's actually very relaxing. Where is the WD-40? I don't know. I don't have any for this. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I don't think you're actually seeing the canvas the way I meant to because there's just way too much light on it. So let me cut some of this light down. Wow. Let me see if I can, whoa, no, that's too much. There we go. Now y'all can see. I can't see. Now I can see and you can see. All right. Momo, I did not see you. I'm very sorry, Sandra. I did not see you there. I was just trying to scroll through really quick. Oh, there you are with your pink wave. Hello. All right, so our next step is we're going to use our 1-inch brush into our titanium white. Actually, let's do this first. Let's take a little touch of titanium white out here. We don't want to load the brush up too heavy. but we want to put just a touch of the bright red in to just kind of give those clouds a little bit of sparkle, as Bob always says. Really, we got to add some more liquid white because there's way too much pink in there now. All right, that works. Why is my white so thick? Maybe I should add some liquid white to it to just thin it out a little bit. There we go. For whatever reason, my white paint is getting really thick. It's not supposed to be that thick. All right, so let's see where we're going to add a cloud here. You know what? I think I want to add one right about here. So I'm going to take and just drawing little circles here. Actually, Bob was using the brush like that, and he was tapping his clouds in like this. So let's do it that way. Like that. And let's add some light to this. Yeah, let's just take it on over there like that. Now, put that brush down, and we're going to take our 2-inch brush, and we're just going to blend that out with the corner of our 2-inch brush like this, keeping those edges intact because we don't want to mess with the edges. We just want to blend our cloud down. Like that. And we just want to, Bob says 3 hairs and some air. Just lift. Just want to knock off the high spots, and then we want to just blend it in. Which, that doesn't look right. But I think I used a little too much blue paint. I am really sweating here, y'all. I gotta take this wig off in a minute. So I'm gonna add another cloud in here. As Bob said so. I'm getting dings. I don't know what the dings are for, but let's just add us another cloud right here. Start him up here. Now we will take our 2-inch brush. It's nice, clean, and dry now. And let's tap blend that and see if that comes out any better. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now we just want to gently lift, as Bob says, just to knock the high spots off. And then just lightly blend in our bases there. And there we go. Blend out the brush strokes there. And we have some clouds. And now we clean our brush. Our brush is, actually. Get 2 of them there to clean. So now we are going to take and use our knife. Bob says that we want to pull out some Prussian blue. Maybe y'all can see it here. Okay. I'm going to pull out some Prussian blue. Actually, we're going to make a good bunch of this because we need a lot of it. Prussian blue and and an equal amount of Van Dyke brown. So there. And a little bit of alizarin crimson to give us a lavender hue. And we're going to mix that all up. Probably should have gotten some more of this because we're going to be using a lot of this mix throughout the whole thing. All right. Now we're going to take some of this and we're going to spread it out over here. And we're going to mix in a little bit of titanium white. Get us kind of a lavenderish color there, which works just right. Which we have. It's still not well mixed. Get a little bit more white. Lighten it up a little bit. This is a bit more complicated painting than that first one, but I have already got that first one, so why would I want to do it again? There we go. That looks about right. And where are we going to put this? We actually are going to take and clean off our palette knife. I keep a paper towel over here on the side to wipe my knife off on. I don't know how the hell Bob did it, but my paper towel keeps moving. Put the palette knife down there. And we're going to use our fan brush. And we're going to go into here and we're going to get us some of this paint, this light color that I just made. we go. Oh, and my picture went off my screen over here. Hate when that happens. Screen timeouts suck. We're going to go right about, I don't know, right about here in the center. And we're going to use our fan brush, just the corner of it, to paint us down a little mountain. About like that. And we can add little bumps on it along the way. Make that a little more sharp there. Probably could have been done with a palette knife as well. Bob said to use fan brush, so I'm using the fan brush. He said to just use the corner of it, but I don't know how to do it that way. Just light touches. Okay, I got it. Bob never actually says what he's doing, so sometimes it is really, really hard to follow along with him, simply because of that. But I think we got us a nice little distant mountain there that honestly will work because we're not using that for anything other than distance in the background. So what I'm going to do is clean out my 2-inch brush. And then what we're going to do is pull that down like so. What? Pull out my fan brush here again. a little more of my dark. And now we'll take our brush again and we'll blend that out like that. There we go. That's what Bob was talking about. And it gives us a mountain in the background. All right. Let's get all our brushes cleaned up here. I got like 3 of them sitting in the thinner bucket right now. Inch, 1 inch, fan brush, a palette knife that is pretty much clear and clean. All right, so we took the light stuff. Now this dark that's left over, we're going to use this to make our main front mountain. Which is going to live cut across. Wait, that's not it. Pull that out as thin as we can, and then cut a little roll across. There we go. Now we're going to have another mountain right over here. Yep. That looks like where we want it. I'm going to wipe my knife off a little bit. Right, grab a 2H brush. And start. Okay. We're going to take a little bit of our, wipe this off, clean off my knife real quick. And I'm going to take a little bit of this Liquid Bright right here that's got the little bit of blue staining from our sky. When we made our sky. And add a little more regular white to it. All I'm doing is adding my white here, kind of mixing it up a little bit because there's a little bit of blue for left over from the brush when I tried to do my clouds. And so I'm just kind of pulling that white out as thin as I can get it. And I cut a little roll across there that lives right on the end of the knife. Like that. And then we're going to start right here and just touch the knife right there. Just let the paint touch. No pressure. There we go. Y'all, I think I just wasted a really expensive canvas because this is not turning out how it should. Now I'm mixing up a little bit of blue in some white. Get my little roll there. Now I've got to I should have done that the other way. This is turning into a disaster, folks. It's got the handle of my knife into my white paint. I got white paint all over my hand and my knife. Shit. Y'all, I'm struggling here. This ain't going how it should. The other one was easier. Beginner's luck, I guess. How did I get green in there? Now it wants to stick to the canvas. Really? I think my shadow is a little bit too dark. Once again, I'm somehow getting yellows and greens into my blue over here that I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, we're going to have an impressionist mountain here. And the best thing about this type of painting, y'all, is you can actually scrape off and start over. So if you messed up, so be it. You can just keep going, and you can scrape off what you've done and go back and fix it. Let's not do that. You know what? That's going to be covered by a big happy tree anyway. That's going to be covered by a happy tree anyway, so I don't know why I'm putting so much effort into it. All right. Now we got that. We got a half-ass mountain on there. 2-inch brush. And we're going to tap. We want to create mist. And we want to go with the angles. Always go with the angles. And we want to lift, gently lift. Details. And then blend it out. All right. Now, we're going to take that mountain color we had earlier there. And we're going to add, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the brushes out of the thinner and get them all cleaned off. I have a beater bar or beater knife in a putting a tote down here, and that's what the noises you're hearing. I don't want to splash stuff all over my house anymore. All right, fan brush. And my knife. My knife. We're going to take this dark mountain color that we made. And we're going to make some more of it. It was Prussian blue and Van Dyke brown. And we're going to add in a little bit of alizarin crimson. And we're going to add in some sap green. And if you ever want to test what that color looks like when you got it mixed, you can always take a little bit of it. It looks like it may be well mixed now. You just take a little bit of it here, put it off to the side, and then add a touch of white into it, just to see what color it's actually going to turn out to be. If I can get the white to come up on there. It's actually going to be a dark gray, which I don't want that any more green. So let's take some more sap green, add into that. I think that's what it says. Do sap green to dark mountain color. Yep. Now I can't see because it is so dark in here right now. Because I had to turn the light off because it was shining too bright on the canvas. So let me do that. There we go. Yes, that is a good green. All right, we are going to use the fan brush There we go. Load our fan brush up with color, like so. Really load it up good. Like that. Just an obscene amount of color in our fan brush. And we want to start, well, I don't know. Let's see where the picture shows me to start. We want to start like right over here. Maybe we'll go right there. And we'll start putting us in some trees. I loaded too much coloring brush. There we go. What we're doing is we're kind of making these go off in the distance as they go this way. Like that. And that means we got to make these up here just a bit darker, maybe even bigger. There we go. Now, we're going to take that and load that brush back up with that same color again. And then we're going to do this. We're going to And as we go this way, we're going to get a little bit deeper with it like that. Okay, now we're going to clean our fan brush off. All of that dark paint off of there. going to grab our 2-inch brush. We're just going to take and put that down a little bit right there. We're going to make ourselves some reflections. All right. I'm going to take another fan brush. We're going to take a little bit of sap green here. We mix it in with some bright yellow. A little more bright yellow. I'm going to get us about a grass green color there. Maybe a little yellowish grass green. And we're going to come back in here and add some thinner to that, because I need that to stick. Because a thin paint sticks to a thick paint. That's the process behind this whole style of painting. Get some of that paint off this brush. All right, we're going to start back in here. We're going to do the same thing we just did there. And we're going to make us a little bit of grass going down to the water's edge there. And y'all, this is a disaster. It does not look good. I'm not proud of this. It will probably be thrown away as soon as I get done this live, because it is not turning out the way it should. It's picking up way too much of that dark paint, and it's making my green paint darker and darker as I go, which is not what's supposed to be happening. I'm not going to give up, but it don't look right. I think this is the last painting with that spot. That thing's gonna. It's heading out past your bedtime. Still things to do. You don't. Thank you, Nana, for being here. Sorry, y'all. I haven't been talking much. Terry, it does not look wonderful. That looks horribly bad. It looks really bad. I'm sorry, Nana or Terry, but the other one went so much better. But of course, the other one, I had Bob on, and I was listening to him, and so I was able to rewind and fast forward and listen to all the little things he said about, make sure you do this or make sure you don't do that. And I don't have that. All I did was take some notes, and I don't know if I messed up or what, I think, but I did something wrong here. All right, so let's add a water line there. That will separate our land from our what I need to do is just start wearing a pair of jeans that I don't care about, and then I can just wipe the shit off on my jeans. It is really hard to get to a towel that's laying on a folding chair, and the towel just puts a slide all over the chair while you're trying to wipe your knife off on it. Where are we going to go next? Well, where did Bob say to go? Oh, that's right. I need to take a fan brush, preferably my big fan brush. Get it cleaned out really, really good here. And we need to take and dip it in a little bit of white. Just need to get a little bit of white on it, maybe a little bit of liquid white there on the tip, just the tip. And we're just going to go to give us the indication of some trunks, Bob says. Oh yes, I see. That does work. Thank you, Bob. There. Now it looks like a little forest right there. Put the palette knife down. What's our next step? Make trunks. Wash brush. Yellow on yellow and sap green with a little thinner. Make a large load of paint. Push up to make highlights on the dark ground. Did that. Make water lines with liquid white. Did that. make big evergreens on both sides. All right, here we go. So our evergreens, we are going to make it out of our same green that we used to make that background. And of course, we're going to use our fan brush for that. This green right here. My hand is going to be coated in paint, which it already is. And there's our fan brush. So let's get it clean. Clean fan brush, clean. All right. We're going to put our fan brush here and get it loaded up with paint. As Bob says, wiggle it through and that'll load it up with paint. Then we got to figure out where we're going to put our first tree. I say we put him right about, I don't know, right here. It's not a happy little tree right there. That's kind of a sad little guy. There. All right. Now, as Bob would always say, let's give him a friend. Let's put another little guy right about, I don't know, right here. Oh. Okay, we're going to make him a little taller. Because I keep messing up on the first stroke of the And let's see, there's one little guy here. He's kind of had a rough life, as Bob would say. So He's kind of going to be a little crooked. Maybe a deer came along and stepped on him when he was just a baby. All right. And you know what? I think we're going to have two more on the other side. According to Bob, he says we should have two more on the other side. So this one here is going to, he's a tall guy. He goes up here. And this guy, he's got a little friend on this side to talk to because, you know, yelling across the river at those guys is pretty bad. You know. Actually, let's make this guy a little bigger here. All right. Now we're going to make him a friend. Oh, I don't know. Right here, we're going to hide some of the mistakes I made on the mountain there. How's that sound? See? Happy accidents. Dave knows how to have a happy accident. Put just a little touch of thinner in there. Had to mix a little more of that color up. Had to mix up a little more of that evergreen color and had to add a little bit of, just a littlest bit of thinner to it because it's not wanting to stick. All right, there is our trees. All right, now you clean the brush off there. And we're going to go in here with our 2-inch brush. You know what? Yeah, it's good as a 2-inch brush. We're going to take some more of that color right there and we're going to work it into the bristles we're going to get it all in there like that. There we go. And now we're going to fill in here. I'm just going to tap us in some land. And then we're going to pull down and just add some more in right here. Just let things happen. Yeah, I can add in a little more like right here. And pull that. Oh, I pulled that down way too far. Like that. What I do now is I can take this 2-inch brush and let's just blend that right out right there. See that? What we'll do is we'll fix that with reflections of the bushes, which honestly, this shoe needs to come down farther anyway. You probably should have used the 1-inch brush. I probably should have used a 1-inch brush here, which I think I will. Tap in that land. I'm going to add some more land there because it needs to just come out a little farther, I think. Yeah, it needs to come out a little bit farther. So let's add some more there. Like that. And then let's have it come back out. Let's have it come back out like this. There we go. All we're doing there is adding the indication, as Bob would say, of land. And we're using up our dark green that we made for. Where does this come down to? This comes down like this. Basically, all we're doing now is just filling in all of this space over here, that dark color. Which I need to scrape as much of that up here as I can. Get it all piled back together in a pile. Where I got to make some more. A little bit of that, a little bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that. It's not really going to matter if it matches, because all that is going to get covered up anyway with bushes and foliage. So it won't really matter if that green is the same color it was already there, but it is very close. My hands look horrible right now. Covered in paint. I'm a sloppy, messy painter, y'all. There we go. Let's just put that in there. Get it like it should be. All right. Now for brushes. Do y'all believe I spent like a couple of hours last night conditioning these brushes, reshaping them, getting them all ready to use tonight, and now I'm going to have to do it all over again. All right. Now, it's time to kind of get ready to put in the finishing products there. We're going to take a 2-inch brush here, and we're just going to pull down a little reflection there. Don't want a lot. Not like that looks good. There we go. Now we want to just brush across. Clean our brush. I need to add some more thinner in there. All right, got a clean dry brush there. And I don't need a clean dry brush there yet. Okay, we're going to take our 1-inch brush that I just cleaned, and we're going to start making bushes. So let's get in some of this green right here. Let's add a little thinner to it. Okay. And now we're going to use our knife. Add a little more yellow in there. And some more sap green. Some more yellow. Because now we're getting down to the end. We can just use as much of this up as we need to. So I'm going to mix in a bunch of that yellow right there. If I need to grab some more yellow, I've got a whole tube of it. And some yellow ochre. That's how that looks in there. All right. It's too green. So I'll take some more cad yellow, add to it. I'm going to put me some more cad yellow up here in case I need it. I'm just adding paint to my palette. Bob's palette never looked like this. Dave's does. I want more of a yellowish green than this. But I think I added way too much sap green to it. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take just a touch of this, put it up here with a big chunk of yellow. Now let's get them mixed. That green is so much stronger than that yellow. All right. Now we're going to take our 1-inch brush. Let's pass it through that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. I like that. Let's get plenty of paint in there. Pass the brush down through it like that. Perfect. And let's add just a touch of liquid white into that. Our knife. Just thin it down a little bit. And lighten it up a little. And clean our brush again because I got it in the wrong color. All right. I need that other brush. I just got a set of older Bob Ross brushes. the older ones actually perform better than the newer ones. And they do what they're supposed to do compared to the older ones. It's not making bushes, y'all. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. You know what? Let's just put it through this one. You know, let's add a touch of Indian yellow in there. Try some yellow ochre here. Well, that's not the same color as the Indian yellow. How about if I mix it with that green? Add that into some of that yellow there. Let's make, I bet this will turn out really nice. A little bit of bright red, and a little bit of phthalo blue. This is actually so hard to do without getting paint all over you. How Bob did it, I will never know. I don't think anybody will ever know Bob's secrets. I'm trying to mix up a little bit of purple here, but it's coming out blue. So maybe I need more red. This is starting to hurt the arm. So we're going to do it like this. It is not coming out purple. Oh, there it is. It's not a bright enough purple yet. So there we go. You know, there might be a purple bush on here or two. There. We're at it. Let's get that kind of cleaned up right there. Oop, forgot I had all that purple in there. Let's just move that up there then. All right. And we don't want it on the edge. Lord knows we don't want it on the edge. All right. back to our 1-inch brush. Let's go into that purple a little bit there. And let's put us a nice bright purple bush right about here. That is not bright purple. Well, how in the instead of getting purple, I'm getting gray. Or was I supposed to use alizarin crimson in that? I'm getting this really ugly gray, and I'm trying to make purple. And it's really ugly and nasty. And does not look good at all. Don't red and blue make purple, right? So why would phthalo blue and bright red not make purple? And instead it makes gray. I mean, it's more of a lavenderish purple, but lavenderish gray, but it's still gray. And this is more of a magenta. You see there? I don't know if you can see it. It's not purple. I mean, it's kind of like a lavenderish gray, and I want more of a brighter purple. Let's try that. Let's first try cleaning our brush out. Actually, I'm going to use foliage brushes. Like that. That don't look good. All right, let's add some liquid white to my purple. There we go. Much better. You know what, let's put one right there, and we'll kind of reflect it there. Now let's work some of right. Now let's clean them out. Let's get some of our green here. Let's add some green bushes up here. And let's add some green bushes back here. Let's clean our brush off a little bit. And let's get some of this yellow over here. Add some liquid white into it to get it nice and bright. And thin it out a little bit. Let's add a little bit more yellow into it. And maybe a touch of Indian yellow in there. And some liquid white. Some liquid white and Indian yellow there. Yes. Yes, perfect. Gotta have some orange bushes too. Y'all, this looks horrible. Okay. Now we just want to add in with our knife. We want to take a little bit of burnt sienna here, bring it out flat. Well, I got to find a place to do that. Let me clear off a spot here. So I'm going to start back in here. Make ourselves a little path for the trail there. Gotta have a trail to get through there. All right, add a little bit of white highlights into it there. Just so y'all know, at this point, I'm just mixing mud. Didn't realize I had darker paint on there in the back. All right, that should work. Mm-hmm. I don't know how Bob does that. He says a thicker paint sticks to a thinner paint, or a thinner paint sticks to a thicker paint, but I'm making really thin paint, almost to the point of being obnoxiously thin, and it's not sticking to the thicker paint underneath. So come on, Bob. This looks like shit, y'all. Total shit. Because that does not look like bushes at all. That just looks like a pile of nothing. Yeah, this one's going in the garbage. Because this looks nothing like it should. All right. One more trick left to do. And is take my fan brush go through this paint right here. Add a little touch of liquid white to it to thin it up just a little bit. And maybe a touch more sap green in there. There we go. All right.
And you know what? I think we're going to call that done. No, it still looks like shit. On camera, it looks amazing. In person, no. Not so much. So, what I'll do is get my brush, get my knife here. You know what? I'm going to get me a paper towel, since those are so accessible at the moment. I'm going to wipe me off a spot here. Man, there's all kinds of color there. Find my script liner brush. There it is. Dip it in some thinner. Pull out some of this bright red. And I think we will sign this painting right here. It's not thin enough, that's why. Your paint has to be really super thin when you're doing your signature. Like it has to be almost the consistency of water. And there she is. A signed painting, complete. I'm not happy with it, but that's because the artist is never happy with it. And there's a whole bucket full of dirty brushes. Yeah, but y'all can see it on the camera. It looks so much better. And I'm standing here looking at it in person, and I'm like, the only thing I like about it is the evergreens.
And I got to get all of this paint off my hands because I got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, that was horrible. And that, folks, is a Bob Ross painting. Bob makes it look so easy, and parts of it really are. Not going to lie, parts of it really are. Other parts are difficult to get the concept of. The whole a thin paint sticks to a thick paint concept is kind of, I have trouble with it. In pictures, that looks beautiful. In person, it's not the best, y'all. I'm going to promise you. I am hard on myself. I am. Because I know the other one turned out better. The other one turned out so much better. Like, I was trying to do purple right there, and it just doesn't look purple. Not like Bob's did. Bob had this, like, vivid, bright, like, 333 purple, if y'all know that color. Mine came out dark, purplish black. And y'all, I am taking the afro off because that thing is like wearing a parka in the summertime. And I am going to move the Dirty Nasty palette and the towels that I used. And I'm going to get liquid white all over my fingers because I grabbed the wrong side of the cap. And y'all, it smells like odorless paint thinner in here. And believe me, odorless paint thinner does have an odor. It's not enough to run you out of the house and all of your family with you, but it has an odor. So don't let the name of it fool you. Where did I put the lid to my odorless thinner? I'll just stick it right there for now. Oh, there's the lid. I need to buy another can of it. It's only $8.97 though, so it's not expensive. That's about the cheapest part of doing this kind of painting, y'all. The damn thinner. There you go. Oh, you're not going to get high on it, but it doesn't smell the greatest. It smells kind of like kerosene. Like really faint kerosene, not like super. How in the hell did I get paint on my desk? Mr. Tickles needs a haircut. Yes, live art shows are hard on the nerves. Hi, Jimmy's random content. You must be new. I'm Dave. I don't normally do this kind of content. I normally do crafting type stuff, but you are welcome to come and visit with us every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. And you are correct. This is hard. Let me, this was really hard. Like I said, the other one I did, and I'll bring it out for anybody who hasn't seen it or whatever. I did this one last week, And to me, it just turned out so much better. The only thing I didn't like about this one is the mountains were too tall and triangular. But this one I really liked. I love the way it turned out. That one, not so much. Let me turn some of the light off of it and see if we can make it look better. I've got way too much light on here. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's more of what it looks like right there. I couldn't see what I was doing with this much light on, but the camera is so sensitive to light that I appreciate it, Jimmy. It's still a lot of fun, and this is only my second Bob Ross style ever, so I'm learning. I'm in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Jimmy. And yes, the Afro wig is like wearing a parka in the summertime. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Terry. I mean, I don't think I'll be selling artwork anytime soon on the open market, but it's nice to decorate my house with my progress. Terry, the one over there that I did last weekend is still not totally dry. There's still some parts on it that are still pliable. I mean, it's dry to the touch, but it's still not totally dry. Oil paints take years, literally. I was reading an article not long ago that said even some of Da Vinci's work is still pliable because oil paint doesn't dry. It polymerizes and just changes chemical state over time. And it becomes more like a rubber, like a hard rubber. I appreciate it, Jimmy's. Yeah, I'm definitely sticking with it. I've got a ton of paint and thinner and chemicals and everything else here to do it. I just need to keep buying canvases and other supplies. But yeah, I'm going to stick with it. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy painting. It's a lot of fun. It's actually kind of stress relieving. So the original picture that Bob did, which I kind of tried to do the same thing. I kind of maybe added my own little touches to it. Was this. I mean, that's kind of oversaturated. But you can see the purple I was going for was that. And I got this dark purplish black. And I tried to do it over here too. And that didn't work. Yeah, no, I don't know if Hank likes it. I know what Hank wants though. But it's almost time, buddy. Come here, Hank. Here, come say hi. Oh, there you are. Ah. See, buddy? See? There you go. Yeah. Hop down. Oh, you want to lay in my lap? Okay. Don't worry, I still got about a foot behind me here, y'all, so I'm not leaning back on it. I think I will the next time. I'm going to try to freestyle it. I'm still trying to learn all of the different application techniques. That's why I'm just kind of doing what Bob did so that I can learn each one of the application techniques. It looks like I really need a lot of help with the shrubbery. I can't quite get that shrubbery to turn out the way his does. It looks like actual bushes. Mine looks like smeared on paint. I don't know what I'm really doing wrong there. Because Bob says a thin paint sticks to a thick paint. And I tried thinning it out, and even thinning it out, all it did was make it kind of absorb into the other paint to where it changed hue from what I had on the palette to what I put on the canvas. Um, like you could still see the green background on this bush here and all of this here. You could still see that green dark background that I put in through it too much. So I don't exactly know how Bob did it with the brushes. And he keeps saying you pull the brush down through and it creates a round side and a point, and you use the round side and just keep pushing the round side in, and so that it bends the bristles and you'll make bushes. And I keep trying to do that and I can't figure it out. But I am kind of satisfied with it. I mean, it's worth hanging up and keeping around. Yeah, the Bob's brushes, his newer ones, the new Bob Ross brushes are made in Germany, China, that kind of thing. I found on eBay the other day two of the old brushes. Here, I'll clean them up real quick. I found one of the old 2-inch brushes that was made in the USA back in the original days of the Bob Ross Incorporated stuff. And I found a 1-inch brush that was made back then. And I noticed when I was conditioning them last night that the older ones kind of take their shape a little bit better. That's the older ones. You can see it's kind of like an off-white. In fact, it even rubbed all the Bob Ross stuff off of it. And then this one here is more of a brown colored brush. That one there, and that's one of the old original Bob Ross landscape brushes, 1-inch brushes. And when they form the way Bob's do on the show, like when he runs his paint through and it says get a little chisel edge there, the old ones do that, the new ones don't. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping in. Pleasure meeting new people. Ugh. I'm getting messages. I've been getting them the whole time. All right. So, show y'all something else while I'm here. I've gotten, I started a new cross stitch. That one is going to be Rockhound. I think that's the top. Yes, that's the top. I've gotten a little bit done on it, not much. And that blue, you can kind of see it's that light effects, which is, it's not light effects, it's, I don't know how you say it. It's the stuff with like glitter in it. But it looks like ABs. It's really odd. And then I made some more progress on Midnight's Garden. I got that corner there. I've still got a lot to do up in here. There's like an intricate thing like this up in this corner here that I still got to do in every single corner. Sarah Towns says maybe instead of bushes, a well-worn rock strewn walking path. That's it. Looks like to me. Well, that is a path right there. That looks like a path, and like somebody cleared a little bit around the edge of it right there, and that's supposed to be a path there. But the bushes aren't supposed to be. These look like bushes, and some of this back here does, but most of it just looks like dabbed on paint. Which one you talking about? The sunset one, Terry? No, I haven't even done anything to that since I started Midnight's Garden. And I've gotten nothing done at all. Wherever I was at on the live last week when I worked on Fire and Ice diamond painting, that's where I was. That's where I'm still at. I haven't touched it at all week. Yeah, I like that one. I need to work on that one some more. But I took it off my Q-snap because I needed the extra Q-snap for Rockhound. So I took it off the Q-snap. So it's kind of on hold for a little bit. Hi, Hank. He's just sitting up here on the desk looking at me like, Dad, you know it's time. Tell you what I'm going to do. A little dose of energy here. Beth, I probably could. The sunset one is it's the size of this. When it's finished, it'll actually be the same size as the hoop. So, you know, figure it's as big as my head. So, I mean, I maybe could stitch it in hand. I don't know. Yeah, let me stand back again. So what we got there is, of course, your mountains there. Those are supposed to be distant mountains in the background, farther back, way back. Then you got your trees. a little hill, your water line. But these are all supposed to be bushes here and there, and the bushes are supposed to be grown up around the path right there. But for whatever reason, these did not come out looking like bushes. They come out looking like somebody mowed the grass beside the path. And that purple did not turn out purple. Let's see if I get it to focus on it better. No, it's just not focusing, but oh well. Maybe it's because I'm in the frame. And I can actually pull it forward a little bit. There we go. So yeah, that's those are all supposed to be bushes. And they just don't look like bushes. Yeah, I could use that hoop. Beth, that's what it came with. That's the hoop that came with it. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm kind of semi-happy with the mountains, but not as happy as I am with the other. The other ones look too perfect triangles. Like these, that kind of look too perfect too. These actually should have been over farther, down lower, and less peaky. They should have been more, just kind of a hint of a mountain there, and they didn't. I critique my own work. I'm sorry, y'all. I critique my own work. I'm tough on myself. I really am. I didn't take these over far enough either. But I don't know. I think in the picture they're not actually over that far. Yes, I know, Beth. I know. Let's just say it wouldn't sell at any kind of fine art gallery. And you can see that right here, I got my palette up against it while I was turning one time. You can see the mark left. And I haven't quite figured out. I mean, I'm getting it now. The first swipe down I did with the snow on the highlight actually came out pretty decent. The paint broke like it was supposed to, but I didn't turn the knife to get the broad side of it to go down while it was going down. So it just left a little thin streak. And when I came back through with my next one, I messed it up. And I was so mad at myself when I did it. But yeah, I already am hypercritical of everything I do because I'm a perfectionist. I'm OCD to the point of being a perfectionist, and I want it to turn out exactly like the one I see Bob do. And when it doesn't, I get pissed off at myself. It's something I need to learn to work on. And something I probably never will work on because I've been that way since I was a small child. I've been a perfectionist with everything I do. It's good at work. Sometimes, though, it's not because I end up taking longer to do things at work than it should because I'm busy trying to make it perfect instead of just getting it done. And the camera is moving around because Hank is moving around on the desk. And the camera's sitting on the desk. I will take a picture of this one and I will put it in chat. I'll send it to some of y'all, but I'll put it in the group chat as well if you're in there, and I will post it to my Facebook. Let me get a picture of it. camera isn't focusing as well, and that's why you're not seeing. There we go. All right. We're going to put that one in the group chat right now so y'all can go take a look at it. Those of you that are in here. So y'all can go take a look at it and see it and see what I'm telling you that I see. There we go. Call me Dave Ross. You know what's funny? I grew up in little town in Maryland, and we had a guy who was one of our star baseball players on our baseball team. When I was little, he was just old enough to be like in his last year of Little League, and I had just started Little League, and his dad was my coach, and him and his dad both were named Dave Ross. And his brother, Dave Ross's younger brother, was named Bobby Ross. Bobby Ross was about my age, and that was long before Bob Ross even had a TV show, so he wasn't named after Bob Ross. It just quite coincidental. I went to school with a Bobby Ross and a Dave Ross. Ugh. Hi, Aria. Y'all, we got an Aria. Wanted to come visit. Hi, baby. Hi. Yeah. Aria, come to see us. Oh, you're so sweet. Did you see? Look. Does it look like a place you want to go run and play in? Huh? Does that look like a place you want to go run and play in? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, and now, like I said, it looks great in the picture. Some of those colors come out in the picture that I posted. That you don't see with the naked eye. All right, y'all. It's getting to be that time. I'm glad y'all joined me and came in to visit with me and watch me paint. I'm glad I got paint on canvas, and I'm glad it kind of looks like what it's supposed to. That is in its own is an impressive feat because I never once thought ever that I would be able to put something like that on canvas. Being 100% totally happy with it, but it growing on me. And maybe from across the room, hanging on the wall, it'll look better to me than it does when I'm standing here in front of it looking at it. But I know the mistakes, and that's the problem. You know where the mistakes are. It's just like a diamond painting. I know where the mistakes are. I know where the mess ups are, and my eye will go right to them every single time, and yours won't. But I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to stop. I've got to get another blue shirt because my Bob never got this mess on him before. You don't ever see Bob with paint on his shirt in his show, ever. Bob's palette never looks like this when he's done. Ever. And that's a pain to clean off, let me tell you. I've got to use a palette knife, and I got to scrape it all into a pile. I don't even know where my palette knife is, but I got to get all that cleaned up before I go to bed tonight. So I need to hop off of here, y'all. I will see you all next Sunday, same time, and I'll probably be back to diamond painting again, or maybe stitching. I don't know yet. But either way, I won't be painting next Sunday. So until then, rock on, y'all. Roll Tide.